The Sony A1 is a powerful, full-frame, mirrorless, interchangeable lens camera, designed for professionals and advanced enthusiasts. With a stabilized 50-megapixel stacked CMOS sensor, the Sony A1 delivers excellent resolution and detail across its span of ISO sensitivity settings, with wide dynamic range in RAW and HLG stills mode. This makes it perfectly capable of everything from action and photojournalism to landscapes and studio portraiture. Crucially, the A1 removes the traditional trade-off between resolution and speed, capturing high-resolution 50-megapixel files at up to 30 frames per second, blackout-free, in JPEG or compressed RAW mode. That speed is achieved using the A1's electronic shutter, which is the first we've seen to operate as fast as most mechanical shutters. This makes the A1 the first camera to offer no downsides to its silent shooting mode, with minimal rolling shutter or flicker artifacts. The fast sensor readout also affords the Sony A1 one of the most powerful autofocus systems on the market, with advanced and reliable human and animal face and eye detection, as well as precise subject tracking. Meanwhile, the A1's dual-drive mechanical shutter allows for flash speeds of up to 1/400th of a second. With 9.44 million dots of resolution and 0.9 times magnification, the A1's OLED viewfinder is very immersive. A 3-inch tilting touch-sensitive LCD on the rear of the camera serves for image review and composition from low or high angles. As well as stills, the Sony A1 can also shoot video with minimal rolling shutter at up to 8K. If 8K 30p video is overkill for your purposes, 4K capture is also available at up to 120 FPS. There's also an option for raw 4K output over HDMI to an external recorder, and a host of log profiles are available for HDR capture and output. Real-time tracking and eye detection autofocus are available via touch in video, and an active stabilization mode combines in-body and optical IS with electronic stabilization for steady, gimbal-like footage. Dual card slots with the option of either UHS-2 SD or CF Express Type A media allow for plenty of flexibility for shooting and backup. As well as fast built-in Wi-Fi, the A1 also offers wired USB and Ethernet connections for quick delivery of high-resolution media. For use in challenging environments, the A1's body is sealed against dust and moisture incursion.
Eye autofocus is a standout feature built into a wide range of Sony cameras. IAF gives you fast, consistently accurate focus right on the eye for both human and animal subjects. In this video, we're going to look at just how you set it up, and we'll show you how useful and effective it can be in a variety of situations.
Hey, I'm Kerry with DP Review, and today we're in the Cascade Mountains of Washington. Working as well as being very powerful.
Slow motion video has become a standard for filmmakers and video enthusiasts. Its rich, cinematic and emotional quality adds an immersive and dramatic element to your storytelling. Capturing high-quality slow-motion video is easy across Sony's lineup of compact, Alpha series, and cinema cameras. The speed of your video footage is determined by the relationship between the capture frame rate and the playback frame rate. A typical capture frame rate is 24 frames per second, or FPS, and played back on a 24 FPS timeline, this appears as normal speed. As you increase your capture frame rate, assuming the eventual playback rate remains the same, your video will play back slower. This is because more frames were used to capture each moment of real time, but you're still only watching 24 frames played back per second, making the footage appear slower. A capture rate of 60 FPS creates 2.5 times slow motion on a 24 FPS timeline. A capture rate of 120 FPS allows for 5 times slow motion on a 24 FPS timeline, and so on. Across Sony's range of cameras, you can set your frame rate manually in the video menu. Just remember that your indicated shutter speed should be 2 times your frame rate to ensure a natural, fluid look to the motion. So for a capture rate of 24 FPS, you should select a shutter speed of 1/50th of a second, roughly 2 times 24. For a capture frame rate of 60 FPS, select a shutter speed of 120th of a second, and so on. If you want the motion to be crisper, you can choose a higher shutter speed. Then, in post-production, you can slow down the footage by conforming it to your timeline frame rate. Sony also offers built-in functionality for capturing slow motion. Depending on the camera, this is called either HFR or S&Q. Unique to Sony's high-end compact cameras, such as the RX100 Mark VII, is an HFR or high frame rate mode. This lets you capture ultra-high frame rates up to 960 frames per second. You simply pick your capture rate and the record rate at which it's played back, and the camera will create a slowed-down file for you, straight to the memory card. In Sony's Alpha and Cine range of mirrorless interchangeable lens cameras, you should select S&Q, which stands for slow and quick. Here, again, you can select your capture and record frame rates. On the newer Alpha and FX series cameras, you can capture 4K video at up to 120 FPS for 5 times slow motion, or even down as low as 1 FPS for 120 times quick motion. It's as simple as that. On modern Sony cameras, you can choose whichever high frame rate workflow suits your needs. Either way, you'll end up with smooth, detailed, slow motion footage. Thanks for watching.
Alpha.
called us the Hunters of Light. We search for the things that have yet to exist, challenging the traditions, foraging through the shadows, listening for the subtle changes. This is us. We are not as the others are. We do not see as the others see. From the distant shores to the far-off worlds, we've made friends with the beasts, the wind, and the waves. We've made vows to the land, signed deals with the sky. Now let us write together a new chapter.